Hello, I'm Karma Kitaj. I'm your host for A Livelihood, New Adventures as We Age. Today I'm going to introduce you to Jodi Raphael. Jodi is someone who has made some changes in her life rather recently, and we're going to find out about those.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Hello, Jodi, and welcome.
Thank you.
I know you're here on this TV show, and you yourself have had experience in TV. What's that about?
Absolutely. I went to the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, and ever since high school, I knew that I wanted to be in television. And in the 80s, I worked at Channel 4. I did a show called Kids Fair, which was on Boston Common. We actually discovered the group New Kids on the Block for this fair that we did, and then they went on to be New Kids on the Block.
Oh.
And I also produced Frank Avrush at Channel 5. I was the great entertainment producer, the late night movie show, and I worked on New England Sunday and Good Day and Sunday Open House and Miller's Court. And when I left, I was producing live telethons.
When you say producing, what kind of a role does the producer do?
Hires talent, hires people to be interviewed, takes care of the talent, the host of the show, like yourself, organizes the shoots. Things were much different back then. We used tape. It wasn't even digital when I was at Channel 5. Basically organizing and creating.
And that was quite a while ago, and I gather that was before you had your children.
Yeah, I had two boys in 1988 and 1991, and during their childhoods, I was always involved with community events and my local synagogue events and holidays and celebrations, and slowly it grew into a business. And I now am an event planner and loving it.
So what do you think there is about you that makes you a good party planner or event planner?
I think the biggest part is that I listen to my clients and try to give them what they are looking for, whether it's for a bar mitzvah or a wedding or a corporate event. I really take it very personally, my relationship with each and every client. And
so you're a good listener.
It's a lifestyle. It's not that I just go to a job and I'm doing a job. It's how I live. And the reason that I can create the events is because of the relationships I've built with my vendors over the years, which really has helps me to create these wonderful parties.
And so we should say the name of your business and your website.
Is Jodi Raphael Events, and it is www.jodiraphael.com. Thank you.
Why don't you tell me about some of those events that we have pictures of here?
Some of the first ones are of a beautiful wedding we did that was actually my partner Carol's client back in October at the Intercontinental Hotel in Boston, and it was an Asian-themed wedding. And we brought in everything from the chairs, chair covers, plates, tables, the flowers, the lighting. You can see when you put the photos on the screen that it was just magnificent ambience in the room.
And it was Asian because the couple?
No, the couple, it was a Jewish wedding. A Jewish girl marrying a non-Jewish man. They had lived in Asia together, and it was just an important piece of their life. Exactly. And I sent you, one of my favorite bat mitzvahs was a fashion show theme. I believe I sent you some photos. The little girl is into fashion, and we created mannequins as tabletops and different dresses made as the tablecloths. And it looked like a runway in the room.
Do you do weddings and bar and bat mitzvahs?
Yeah, corporate events, fundraisers. And I enjoy doing fundraisers. I do a lot of work for Jewish Big Brother, Big Sister. And they recently had a fundraising brunch. I do their gala, which is in the spring. And we actually, my partner and I just joined the Boston Bridal Lounge, which is opening on next week. It's a bridal referral company that people are asked to subscribe to, and then when brides come in, or mothers of brides or grooms, people are referred to different vendors in the business, everyone from wedding planners to linen people to floral designers.
So I know you've told me, Jodi, that this is a rather new enterprise for you, really just the past few years, correct?
6 years I've been on my own. For a few years prior to that, I worked for a corporate event company and as well as a bar mitzvah company, a DJ company who does entertainment for bar and bar mitzvahs and corporate events, and learned some ins and outs of the business, and decided to go on my own because I really felt like I wanted to pay as much attention as I could to my clients and really offer the service that I think people deserve when they're planning an event.
Yeah, so you have to have a lot of talents to be able to manage this kind of a business, it seems. You know, not only the business nuts and bolts of it, but the design and, as you say, the interpersonal skills.
I feel like that's where I shine, that and the creative.
So we like to talk about transitions on a livelihood, and so I know that for a good part of your adult life you were at home raising children.
Absolutely.
And I think you said at your core you really feel like that appeals to you a lot.
Well,
homemaking.
I feel proud that I was able to, and fortunate that I was able to be home with my children. But my mother will be the first to tell you, I haven't really changed. I'm just living differently. I did raise my children, then went through a separation and a divorce, and prior to that, started my business and then really ramped it up when I became separated.
So I know you were in TV, when you first got out of college. And so what was there about that experience of working in TV production, that lends itself to your being able to be good at what you're doing now?
Well, with live television, it's thinking on your feet, or even taped television, it's thinking on your feet. Things happen at the last minute. You have to adjust and adapt to different situations. And when I'm setting up an event, a large event, it is sort of like a live TV show. There's lighting and decor and set people and deliveries and trucks and organization, and I love being in the thick of all of that.
Yeah, I remember my husband and I were at a wedding not too long ago, and they had these gorgeous flower displays in the middle of each table, and each flower display was different, which was very lovely. However, they were so big and huge that you could not see around them. So everybody ended up taking them off the table and putting them on the floor.
Carol, my floral designer, my partner, my mentor, she is a floral designer, and she's been doing flowers for 30 years. That doesn't happen in our events.
Okay, Jodi. Well, we're coming to the end of our time here, and I appreciate hearing about this. And
thank you.
I think, as I said to you on the phone when we first spoke, it makes me want to have an event.
Well, please do. You know where to reach me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That will be fun.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming.